What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. In case you can't tell, my voice is shot yet again. I can't catch a break, guys. Living in New York City comes with many pros, but unfortunately, during the crazy summer period and during the crazy winter period, we get hit with the worst of the worst. And High Stim Ace is very sensitive to the weather changes. We've been dealing with single-digit temperature over here, okay? So unfortunately, I am congested yet again. But that doesn't mean that High Stim Ace is going to take a break from coming on here and reviewing the hottest supplements of 2025 and for many years to come. With that being said, today we are going over the latest product from Toxic Masculinity Nutrition, and boy do I love that name, especially now in 2025. What I am holding here in my hands is the Viking-inspired Pillager V2 pre-workout from my good friends over at Toxic Masculinity Nutrition. Look at this tub, guys. The aesthetic on here is next level crazy. I love the original one, which was inspired by Conan the Barbarian, but this one here definitely takes the cake. This one looks like, I don't even know what it looks like. It looks like an Amon Amarth album cover. In case you guys haven't ever heard of Amon Amarth, one of my favorite melodic death metal bands in existence. Saw them twice live. Absolutely incredible. But I am getting off topic. I am hopped up, I am hyped, and I'm excited to review this product here for you guys. So without further ado, let's roll that freaking intro and let's get to it. Okay, guys, so like I mentioned, the tub here is absolutely legendary. It looks freaking badass. I really dig the whole aesthetic. I like the toxicity that comes with owning a tub like this, especially in 2025. It's really cool, man, and I really do appreciate the art style. Very, very reminiscent of some Viking art. I don't know, man. I'm a sucker for stuff like this. This here is the cherry vanilla flavor. I do think it comes with another flavor. I forgot what the other flavor is, but this here is the cherry vanilla. Now, I gotta tell you before anything, you know that High Stim Ace doesn't usually make a big deal out of flavors. If it's a bad flavor, I'll say it's a bad flavor, chew a piece of gum, and move on with your life. If it's a good flavor, I'll say it's a good flavor. This here is next level delicious. Literally tastes so good. Tastes like a nice natural vanilla with a little bit of cherry in the background, kind of like the Dr. Brown's cherry soda, if you guys ever had that. The diet version, of course. I don't drink regular soda. You gotta be an idiot to drink regular soda if you're trying to cut, okay? But it really does taste like that cherry soda from Dr. Brown's, minus the fizz, of course, with a nice light mellow vanilla in the background. It blends really well. You're getting both flavors. It's sweet, but not overly sweet. No synthetic taste. It actually tastes very natural, very delicious. I could crush up some ice and sip it on the beach with a little umbrella and a nice straw. But we're not going to do that over here, guys, because we are all about that toxic masculinity. No baby umbrellas, no little straws, no martinis, only chugging pre-workouts to pump some iron. So we're going to be going over this label in just one moment, guys, but before we do, I just want to tell you that this is going to be actually my first time seeing this label, and the reason for that is very simple. I received this tub. This was the first batch that they released. Now, they're still technically on their first batch, but for whatever reason, there was a little bit of an error in manufacturing, and everything on the tub looks great, right? But then when you turn it around to look at the label, you got this little sorry excuse of a box here, and you literally cannot see anything. Even if I squint my eyes, even if I shine a light on it, the letters are so tiny, you literally can't see anything on here. So what I did today, guys, I got myself a magnifying glass, and we're going to go over it the old-fashioned way, the Sherlock Holmes way, if you will, and we're going to break down everything that we need in this pre-workout here. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so not only am I utilizing my magnifying glass for this review, but I got my reading lights on here, which I do use to read late at night when my girlfriend is sleeping in bed next to me and I don't want to wake her up, because this label right here is impossible to read even with the magnifying glass on its own. It's crazy. I've literally never had to do anything like this. So if anything, guys, show High Stim Ace some love. Give me the like on this video for me going the extra mile for you guys, my beloved community. All right, guys, so we had to move over to this side because the lighting here is a little bit better. I'm going to do my best to do this. This is freaking crazy right here. We got 20 servings per container. Each serving yields 17.9 grams, which is actually right on the money. My scoop came in at about 18.2 grams, and that was with me just heaping it a little bit. So definitely on the money, but always weigh out your stimulants, your pre-workouts. Get yourself a cheap $12, $13 digital scale. You will not regret it. It will not lead you astray. We got some sodium chloride, potassium chloride, magnesium chloride. Okay, that doesn't matter. L-citrulline coming in at, I can't tell if that's 5,000 or 6,000 milligrams, but either way, solid dose of L-citrulline. As long as you got more than 4 grams, it is good. We got beta-alanine at the clinical 3,200 milligrams, and we're going to talk about the beta-alanine tingles because, man, those tingles were freaking crazy. So we're definitely going to talk about that in the effect section. 3,200 is the clinical dose. We got betaine anhydrous coming in at 2,000 milligrams. L-tyrosine for focus, 1,000 milligrams. Taurine, 1,000. Alpha-GBC 50% yield, 600 milligrams. Panax ginseng, 400 milligrams. Caffeine anhydrous, 300 milligrams. Theobromine, also 300 milligrams. And then we have Samaria genesis coming in at 200 milligrams, it looks like, which is good. I like me Samaria at 200. We got L-theanine at 200 milligrams. Very, very interesting. I didn't know this had L-theanine in it. 2-amino isoheptane, 150 milligrams, also known as DMHA. Now, this is interesting because the original Pillager had the juglens regia, which, by the way, was a very, very well-sourced juglens regia, but they did do the upgrade here to DMHA, which is very unique because a lot of times companies will put DMHA in their product, and then when they end up reformulating for whatever reason, FDA, excuse me, they usually will switch over from the DMHA to the juglens regia. Toxic Masculinity Nutrition went the complete opposite route. They started off with juglens regia, and now we do have the synthetic lab-made yum-yums that we know and love. We're going to talk about it. Now, going further down the label, we got dicaffeine malate coming in at 1,000 milligrams, synephrine coming in at 75 milligrams. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. That actually makes a lot of sense. Then we have schizandrol berry extract, 100 milligrams. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's similar to juniperus berry. Bioperine for absorption, 10 milligrams. And Rewolfia, also known as Alpha-O, at 2 milligrams. Okay, guys, so we got through it. We got through the worst of it, okay? And now we can actually discuss the experience of High Stim Ace running the new Pillager V2 pre-workout. Before I break down my experience running the new Pillager V2 from Toxic Masculinity Nutrition 2 times, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or a fitness enthusiast, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay guys, so like I said, I did run this pre-workout twice, and the experience both times was pretty much identical. Now, the first thing you're going to notice literally before anything else, I'm talking like 4 or 5 minutes into taking the drink. It's going to go down easy, by the way, because it tastes so freaking good. Love that cherry vanilla, man. But you're going to notice the beta-alanine tingles coming in strong. I'm talking like Edge of Insanity or Insane Lab strong, like super, super prominent tingles that are going to take over your entire body. Now, luckily for me, it didn't come with the prickling on the ears. That is the only thing I can't stand when the beta-alanine kind of gives you the niacin-like effect where you're getting the prickling in the ears. And then on the elbows, I did have that experience when certain products combine beta-alanine with a big dose of niacin. That might happen to me. I'll get the red elbows, I'll get the red ears, and it'll be very uncomfortable. Now, luckily for me, this did not cross that threshold. It was perfectly balanced, very intense beta tingles. So if you guys do not like the tingles, do not try this pre-workout because you're going to feel this one, and it's going to last for a good hour and 15 minutes, man. I kid you not. Both times I took it, beta tingles in about 5 minutes, and they persist. You have them coming in super intense. It will tone down a little bit once everything else comes together, once the entire package starts doing its thing, but the beta tingles are still very, very prominent throughout most of your workout session. Now, what you're going to notice at the 15-minute mark is a very floaty kind of head high. That good synthetic lab-made yum-yums that we know and love. The real deal 2-amino isoheptane, also known to the common man as DMHA. Now, this here is definitely an improvement over the juglens regia version. I like the original version of Pillager. It was a very good pre-workout, and it was something I can even take up to 3 times a week. It was a high stim pre-workout, but very productive, good clean energy, but it wasn't anything like out of the ordinary. Oh my God, blow your mind. You got to have this pre-workout. It was good. It was very good, but it wasn't on that next level. Now, the one we have here, this beautiful looking tub we have here, the contents of this tub definitely match the epic exterior because it freaking slaps. And when I say slaps, I mean that in the very best way possible. You're going to get a crazy, dialed in, tunnel vision focus, like super dialed in on the weights. You don't want to do anything else but destroy those freaking weights in front of you. The first time I ran this, I did back and biceps. The second time I did chest and legs. I know that's a bit of a weird combination, but both times I attacked the weights relentlessly and did not want to take any breaks in between. There is a little bit of an elevated heart rate, and that definitely is going to become more prominent at the 25-30 minute mark because that's when the alpha yo is going to start hitting. And this is where it gets interesting because you're going to feel that floaty head high from the DMHA, that good buzz, right? So you're already focused, you're dialed in, you got the beta tingles all over, the caffeine's doing its thing, you're alert, you're awake, you're energized, you're attacking the weights, you got that background buzz from the DMHA, but then the alpha yo comes in and gives you a crazy sense of urgency. You're going to have a little bit of shortness of breath initially once it kicks in. So again, at the 25-30, maybe 35 minute mark, the alpha yo is going to come in and it's going to come in strong. So you might feel a little bit of elevated heart rate, especially if you're like me and you don't take long breaks in between your sets. I usually take 20-25 seconds in between sets and I'm going. I train in circuits. I try to keep the heart rate up. And maybe that is part of the issue here, but the heart rate is going to go up a little bit. There's going to be a bit of shortness of breath. You're going to sweat a lot on this one. And I didn't even know there was synephrine in here until I read the label just now. 75 milligrams of synephrine. It makes sense, guys. You combine that with the alpha yo, and the tingles are still there throughout the entire time. So you're buzzing from the DMHA. You got that DMHA floaty head high, but you also have that sense of urgency and the aggression from the alpha yo. Now, the experience is very, very interesting because when you're attacking the weights and you're at about 35-40 minutes in and you're already in that workout, you're going to be aggressive and energized and maybe even a little bit angry. I was listening to some angry metal during my training, actually listening to some melodic death metal, Children of Bodom, Amon Amarth, Eluvati, Winter Sun. I was on a crazy European, Swedish melodic death metal binge. Both times I trained on this. I tried listening to electronic, was not having it. I needed some growling. I needed some angry vocals. I needed some shredding on the guitar. I needed some insane drums. I was in it. I was wired on this pre-workout both times I took it, and I was a little bit aggressive. Now, I was not in the mood to talk to anybody. I wasn't in the mood to chat people up. I didn't want to be friendly. I didn't want to take my earbuds. As a matter of fact, when people approached me and wanted to work in with me, I got really pissed off. You guys know how it is now. It's all the New Year's resolutioners, all the kids coming to train, and can I hop in, bro? Can I hop in, bro? No, you cannot hop in, bro, because I'm hopped the hell up right now on the new Pillager V2, man. And I don't care if that makes me sound like a dick, but I am on one right now, and I'm in no mood to share my equipment with anybody else in the gym. Now, while you're going to be super aggressive and possibly a little bit angry while pushing on this, when you do slow down for a little bit and catch your breath and take a little bit of a breather, you're going to have this floaty head high just kind of take you over. So it's interesting. This here, if you were to ask me, is this a DMHA pre-workout or an alpha yo pre-workout? I would say it falls somewhere right down the middle, because when you're pushing, when you're pumping, it feels like an alpha yo pre-workout. And I mean a real good, clean, well-sourced type of alpha yo pre-workout. But then when you're taking a bit of a breather, you're taking your break to drink your water, whatever, that floaty head high is going to come in from the Araya and the DMHA, and you're almost going to feel like dancing, but not in a euphoric way. There's no euphoria on this. There is a mood elevation, but an aggressive type of mood elevation. This is a get shit done kind of pre-workout. No joking around. You want to push big numbers. You want to feel strong. You want to be in it to win it, then Pillager V2 is the pre-workout for you. Now, the pumps on this are actually really, really solid, despite the fact that you're only getting the 5 or 6 grams of L-citrulline. More than enough, because you got the synephrine in there, increasing the body thermogenesis. You got the alpha-O, which also helps with vascularity. Not a lot of people know that. And you're working hard, you're training, you're pumping, you're going to feel every muscular contraction in your body. Both times I took this pre-workout, I was hopped up in the best way possible. I had that mood elevation, the buzz from the regia and the DMHA, the aggressiveness from the alpha-O, and the crazy thermogenesis from the synephrine. So you're going to be sweating on this one. Make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you take a moment to catch your breath, because you're not going to want to stop. You're going to want to keep going and going and going, but sometimes that's not always a good thing. Take a breather, catch your breath, and there's no need to get out of the gym quickly, guys. You could stay in the gym for 3 hours on this one easily, because this one here will have you hopped up in the best way possible. If you guys want to pick up the new Pillager V2 from Toxic Masculinity Nutrition, you can head over to their official website. I'm going to link it down below with a discount code, so you guys can pick that one up. They also do have a pump formula, which I haven't tried myself, but I heard it's really, really good. That one is called Warlord, and they do have the Conqueror pre-workout, which I also reviewed not too long ago, maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. I'm going to link the review down below. You guys can check it out and let me know what you think. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I apologize again for my voice, but it is what it is, guys. We are toxic men, and we're not going to let a little cold throw us away and throw us off our game. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, like and comment, share the video, and most importantly, subscribe right here on the YouTube channel. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody, and stay toxic. High Stim Ace, signing off.